Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Universal Spiritualism and our page online live psychic readings. Tonight, you've got myself, Veronica Jenkins, and I'll be doing animal totem readings. I'll be using the totems in my book. Oh, it's blurring. There we are. Universal Spirit, Totem Animals. Okay, and we've got 129. Sorry, you can see all my scribbles in it. This was one of the early draft ones. There's 129 different animals in there that you can choose from. Okay, so if you are drawn to a particular animal, then put that in the comments. And I know that a few people could be drawn to the same animal. Brilliant. Saves me a job, because invariably there will be a message for everybody who chooses that animal within that reading. Okay. If you want me to sort of see where I'm drawn to and ask the universe just to land at a page such as that one, and that's the Thunderbird, Stormbringer. There we are. Then I can do that too. Tahini, you were on here first anyway, and you were the first one to put an animal up, and you've said the owl. So there we are. You see, there's that beautiful owl. The owl's a seer. Okay, he's a visionary, sees beyond. Okay, they carry deep wisdom, and it's there to remind you and to trust your inner knowledge. Okay, listen to your soul. You're asking for guidance, but actually the guidance that your higher self can provide you, that inner knowledge, is the best guidance that you can follow. Okay, now how do you access that guidance? Well, when I was a lot younger, I used to play with tarot cards an awful lot, and the universe works through random images like this in the book. Opening the Bible, asking for advice is another age-old method of doing it. Tarot cards, doing your self-readings, and your higher self taps into that universal energy and brings forward the things that you need to hear at that time. Okay, it's fine doing tarot readings for yourself. It's fine sort of pulling a card for yourself like the owl and seeing what that's saying to you. Okay, so it really is time for you to sit and reflect on your own power within and your own knowledge within. So just go for that. Okay, just watch out for the shadow side of that, because each of these animals come with a shadow side, because this is about awakening. It's awakening yourself to your higher self, to spirit, etc., etc. So just be careful of the shadow side, where it can turn into detachment or even a bit of superiority, that we think we know best. That is never the case. Okay, so you've got some tarot that arriving. That's obviously why I'm being drawn to talk about tarot with you. Use them. Just use them. Okay, and you will learn through using those. All right, so thank you for choosing now, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. So what we're doing this evening is saying hello to a few people first as well, and I've just thought I haven't clicked that button there that shows all the comments coming up. So let's say hello. I'll scroll back up to the top. Shield, hiya. Emma, hello. Brolic, hello. Karen, Emma, Sloth. Now, isn't that interesting? I do a daily animal reading for the subscribers group every day now. This is the third day I've done it. Yesterday was the sloth. So I might have to come back to you with that, Emma. Okay. Hi, Julie. Hi, Carolyn, Karen, Michaela. Michaela's one of our lovely readers, so thank you for joining me here tonight as well, Michaela. Angela, Colette, Bernie, Colette. No, you're not too late at all, Colette. And Bernie loves sloth as well. So who's at the two that has the sloth? Emma and Bernie. Okay. Well, since there's two of you saying about the sloth, let's go to the sloth. I'm just getting the picture because I love the pictures in this book. When I was doing it, I was getting AI to do the pictures. I was just blown away. It convinced me Spirit was helping me with it as well, with the images that they came up with. Because isn't he beautiful? The sloth is about peace. It's about slowing everything down so you can get a bit of clarity, a bit of peace in your life. It's about cultivating that calmness within and mindfulness. It's not about achieving sort of by going and getting at everything. It's achieving by just slowing down, taking your time and enjoying. Relax. The journey's there to enjoy. You know, the grave comes quick enough. You don't have to rush there. Just take your time, okay? And so enjoy the sloth. Find peace and mindfulness. Deliberately find a time in each and every day where you can just sit and relax and be for a bit, okay? I need to take this advice myself. I'm not very good at doing that. But very much, Emma, Bernie, slow down, okay? No rush, just slow down. It's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful day. Enjoy it, okay? So I hope that meant something. Oh, Bernie, I knew this was going to happen. They did say. I know I've got Spirit coming through for you as well. Bernie, you'd understand Grandfather in Spirit. Grandfather would have smoked, and I'm aware that he's coming with a bad chest there as well. But I feel it's more than just smoking that was on his chest. I feel that there would have been like a COPD kind of condition where he's finding it difficult to breathe there, okay? And he's very much with this sloth thing as well, that he's, again, he could take his time. He could take his time with things. He knew how to slow a day down, and he enjoyed the little things in life. I feel Grandad was actually quite advanced in himself, in knowing himself and knowing how to get the best out of life. He's saying he didn't have a very long life, so I don't feel that he reached his 90s or anything like that. But, 50s, 60s, that kind of age. And but he knew how to take things slowly and really benefit from those, as you say, the simple things, okay? So I know Grandad is with you, and there's this beautiful, beautiful feeling with him as well, that just very, very loving towards you feeling. But it was all in a different day as well. He's taking me back with this as well. Where there were different expectations on people's roles and what they did in life, etc., and how they were. So it wasn't that he was particularly expressive with his words in terms of how he felt, but he took time. He took time with people, and that was how he showed people how important they were. And he's bringing this in because he's saying to you, take time with people of that younger generation. Doesn't matter what you talk about. You don't have to sort of spill the beans on the whole world. It's just taking time with them, spending time with them that's important. So I will leave his love with you, and thank you for working with me. Okay, so for those of the people that just came in, like Amanda, Emma Jane, Sarah, Colette, what I'm doing is totem readings. I'm desperately trying to get this to get into focus. It just wants to focus on my face. So if I move my face away, it's still not working. I'm doing totem readings from my Totem Animals book. Okay, so just think of an animal. Hopefully it's in there. I have got 129 different animals in there. If you want to get a copy of this book, this is the paperback version. You can get them on Amazon. Okay, paperback is $14.99. Sorry, it's so expensive. It's because of the colour. It jumps the price up massively to get them printed. Okay, so and there's a hardback book for £20 as well there. Okay, so you can get that on Amazon, or you can have a PDF off my website, findmeamedium.com, and that's only £4 for the PDF. Okay, so elephant. I keep getting drawn to Julie's elephant there. So Julie, let's get you an elephant, shall we? Elephant. I like showing the pictures because there's lovely pictures. Okay, right. The elephants hold ancient knowledge. Okay, and again, a lot of wisdom. It's obviously a lot of knowledge and wisdom being talked about tonight. But the elephant also is about remembering your roots and where you've come from and what family, what the family finds important and the roots within the family. Okay, there's an essence of loyalty being jumped out at me as well, because elephants are extremely loyal to their clan, aren't they? And I get the sense at the moment you would understand, Julie, where there's a family member where people are feeling hurt because there's been a family member who hasn't been loyal. And that has cut people deeply, because it's like, how could they do that? Because that is not part of your family culture. Family really bonds together, I feel, in your family, and there's this falling out of somebody that's been seen to be disloyal. Would this make sense to you, please? You can see with the beautiful card, Ganesh, the Hindu god, and I was just about to say, because Dr. Priya has identified that as Ganesh. You can see how beautiful the carvings are there. So I want to be taken to somebody actually with tattoos. Right. Would you understand where the person with the tattoos is as well with that? Okay. And where they are trying to hold true. Okay. To themselves, hold true to themselves. Okay. I've got a lady in spirit coming through. She's making me aware of problems with her right. You have a tutu. Thank you. She had problems with her jaw, and it's lockjaw, something that's TB or something, isn't it? Where the jaw's really tight. I'm not saying it is TB, but that's just what popped into mind when this lady was making me aware of these difficulties around her jaw here. I feel that she was very slender to her build and lost weight prior to her passing, and I've got her with a really bad chest there as well, real problems with her breathing. And I feel this lady would have been that grandmother type of emotions coming from her, caring, but at the same time there's this expectation about behavior and boundaries, and she's been very kind of manipulative about how people are interacting with everybody, and wanting people to be in certain ways. Would you understand this lady, Julia, please? because she's interesting, you know, because it's like on one hand she's really wanting to tut about this tattoo, but it's like, oh, isn't it lovely? But she could be very, very contradictory like that on one hand she'd be saying, oh, isn't that great, and then that really, really critical about something that's just more or less exactly the same, or linked to it in the other hand, and you didn't know where you stood because of that. But she's trying to bring in that contrary thing about the situation on the earth plane at the moment around you, where you're being seen as that scapegoat because oh, right. But speaking the truth, or what to say or not to say, okay, with family secrets. And this is very much echoed now around the scapegoat, where it's really, really contradictory, because it seems that, oh, on one hand, everybody's saying about how important family are, but then they're not doing anything to pull things into you and to help and to support. Okay, it's this hypercriticism again, like from your grandma. Okay, so just be aware that it's not you as much as them, and that yes, you recognize that you're being used as a scapegoat, but it's finding ways through that and supporting things moving on. Okay, and that elephant comes back in at that point about taking time, having that inner knowledge, not responding from gut, but responding from your higher self. Before responding to something, just do a check-in with spirit in terms of, let's slow things down. And remember, elephants sometimes run, but mostly just take their time with it and mull things over. Okay, so use that elephant knowledge. Okay, so thank you for working with me, Julie, and I hope that helps. A few more hellos. Hello, Colette. Hi, Susan. Hi, Angela. Hi, Nimira. Hi, Mel. And Mel, unicorn. I've got a unicorn. We've got in the book, as I've said, for those of you new coming on, 129 different animals. Now, these are both mythological and real. So we have got a phoenix, we've got unicorn, we've even got the Cheshire Cat. Okay. So where have you gone? I need to click on you. Really need to get some admin to help me when I go live, because I can't do more than one thing at once. It's dreadful. Okay, so there we are. Unicorn. That just reminds me, as much as letting everybody else, that I'm actually linked in with one person at the moment. Okay, so unicorn, it's the mystical animal that walks between two worlds. Okay, and it's guided by subtle energies. Okay, it represents purity, magic, and the power of imagination. And Mel, at the moment, I feel that you've lost that sparkle a bit, you've lost that magic a bit, and you're really, really wanting that magic back in to your life. Okay, and this unicorn, and that's why you're drawn to the unicorn, because there's a part of you deep that is pulling that magic back in. It's about faith as well, because for magic to work, you've got to believe in it. And it's one of the things with spiritualism is that we're aiming to prove life after death. Okay. And give people the confidence that their spirit survives the physical death by this proof of survival, okay? And it's not just based on faith, but a lot of life in itself is based on faith, the faith, the trust that we can trust each other, the trust that we can actually get through whatever it is that we're living through at this current time, and step by step get to a place where we actually feel okay again. And that is based on faith. It's based on trust in the world. And that's just faith, isn't it? So I feel this is particularly important for you at the moment, having that faith, having that trust in the world, to put one foot in front of the other. And part of the things that will help you with that is recognizing that eternal spirit that is within you, that is eternal spirit, that is that higher self that survives your physical death. Okay, and tuning into that, feeling that, leading your life through that will give you such an incredible amount of strength, and it will draw in this unicorn. You are the unicorn at that point, because see that horn, everything that is negative can disappear in a puff of smoke with that horn. It's magical. Okay, so it protects you, it gives you that fight, and it just brings the hope and the prayer of a better day tomorrow. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you, Mel, and know that the little one in spirit is always around you. Okay, always. Her journey in life was to touch the earth through mum and pass while she was still in the womb, but her light and the love that was there is eternal. Okay, so whether she's yours or somebody very close to you, you will understand this, but that light is beautiful, your girl. Okay, and she's always with you, my love. All right, and I will leave her with you. Okay, Fox, Susan. I'm not sure I've done a reading with a fox yet, although I do have a fox. So let's find the fox, shall we? Fox, there he is. Oh, Rose wants a fox as well. She was born apparently 26 weeks. There we are. Okay. Oh, Rose, sorry, it was a wolf for you, not a fox. And Bernadette wants a wolf. So I'll do a wolf later, okay, because there's a few wants a wolf. And the beauty of animal totem readings is that you can do a few people at the same time. Brilliant. Okay. So, fox. Sorry, I'm going to have to go back and find who it was with the fox now. Susan. There we are. There we are, Susan. Okay. Fox. Adaptable. Movers. Okay. Cleverness. Subtle movement. Where in your life do you actually need to move with a bit more intuition? And I want to say with a bit more thought. Okay. The fox's energy is subtle, and it slinks, doesn't it? Slinks around the place. Okay. So the fox is using his intelligence and his thoughts. Okay. And there's a situation around you where very much you will need to use your intellect and being able to shift. What doesn't work for the fox is just staying in one point and having a fixed view. Does not work at all for the fox. The fox is always moving and finding different positions. Okay. And I feel, Susan, that there's a point in your life at the moment where you need to sort of find a different perspective. Okay. And I do feel that there is somebody on the earth plane that is suggesting to you already about have you thought of it in a different way? But it's kind of, well, you've got a bit of resilience with that. But trust yourself with this, okay? Trust yourself with this. But trust yourself to shift your position, and trust that yourself will be safe by shifting your position on this, whatever this issue is, okay? So I haven't heard back from you, Susan, so I'll be still here now giving you that. So I will leave you with that, okay? So Sarah, that's is peacock and wolf. So again, there's a few people asking for wolves. So let's do a wolf reading, okay? So wolf. For those of you who are interested in having, and I do them by email, okay, but having a reading by email, £4.50, go onto my website, find me a medium, and you can get one from there, okay? So this is our wolf, all right? He's the pathfinder. He surges ahead. You know, he leads his pack. Again, an animal that is very loyal and guides you to walk in truth as well. Okay, so I know from that, so that was Bernadette as well, that was with the wolf. Again, trust your instincts. It's one of the things with animals. They're so big on trusting instincts. Wolves, one of the biggest ones with that, okay? But I feel with that, Bernadette, that and the other wolf people, there is a fear of feeling vulnerable, okay? And which is why you like the wolf, because the wolf gives you protection. And because there's this feeling of need of protection, you feel vulnerable, all right? So recognize that vulnerability, but recognize that you have the ability within yourself to be the strong one. So you are the wolf. You don't need the wolf protecting you, because you are the wolf, okay? What I'm getting with that is doing meditation, but there is also an affirmation with each of the animal pictures in the book. There are affirmations, okay? So the affirmation I feel I need to read out with the wolf. So you need to be saying this every day to yourself, writing it down, reminding yourself. What if I walk my path with clarity, courage, and instinct? Okay? What if I walk my path with clarity, courage, and instinct? So what would your life look like if you were able to do that? All right? Meditate on that, think on that, and that will help your journey with that, okay? Right, thank you for our wolves there. Hi, Iris. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Tony. Hi, Debbie. Colette, you like a horse. Namara, swan. Swans are lovely. Go on then, Namara, because I like swans. You can have a swan. Okay. And it's certainly just up at the swans as well. There's a swan. Beautiful, beautiful animal. Okay. Very, very graceful, the swan is. Mind, I've got a story about a swan. The swan nipped my mum's finger when she was little. Okay, and not a massive story, but it's a story. I was always scared of swans for a long time because of that, because I kept thinking they would nip my finger. Okay, because the swan is such a perfect looking creature, isn't it? Because it's just so white. You would understand this fear of not being perfect, that you feel that you have to be perfect in so many things, okay? And the world isn't like that and shouldn't be like that. our spiritual journey is about recognizing our imperfections and actually thanking the universe for those, because it's those imperfections that help us learn and help us develop. You will understand coming across the same kind of problems over and over again, and you'll think that you've learnt it. You know what you spiritually you should do in that situation, and it throws you when that situation comes up again. But what I'm being told is that it comes up just to test you. Okay, it hasn't come up because you haven't learnt it. It comes up to test you and see whether you've learnt it or not. Now, if you haven't learnt it, then and your results are always the same, then you haven't learnt it and you have to learn it still. But if you've learnt it, the universe says, oh, okay, she's learnt this, let's move on to the next one now. And I really felt I needed to give you that one, Nimera. You can see the whirlpool there. You would understand feeling at times that you've been caught into a whirlpool and that the world is just spinning round and round, and it's just, stop, let me get off. It's too much. But even in the middle of all of that, be this swan. Be this peaceful, beautiful swan. Let the world be chaos. Detach from it just a little bit and just center in to yourself and become that beautiful swan, peaceful, allowing just the chaos to be, because it's not your chaos. You don't have to own it, okay? Let it be. So thank you for choosing that beautiful animal. Okay, Emma Jane, you've asked for a cat. I actually have got a few different types of cat. Now, I've got the cat that lives in a home. I've got the Cheshire cat from Alice in Wonderland. Could use that because it's not in copyright. There were certain animals I wanted to use, but they were still in copyright from Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, so I couldn't use them. But I also have a panther. That's a type of cat, isn't it? And a lion, that's a kind of cat. So what kind of cat would you like? Just put it in the comments, Emma Jane, and I'll see which one it is that you're drawn to. And while you're commenting, because I know it takes ages to come back, I'll just remind people that I have got subscription groups. The online live psychic readings page has got a subscription group. It's £1 a month, and what you get for that is the schedule every week of whenever the home cat. The schedule for each week, and also these videos get posted on there, as well as online live psychic readings, and you get notification of when we go live. And for £3.49 a week, you get all of that. I forgot to say, on the £1 a month, I've started doing daily totem animal readings for the whole group as well. So that's an extra little present for people on there. For £3.49 a month, you get every day a list of all of the online events that I can find online, spiritual events on obviously. The American ones are on at 7 p.m. EST time, which is 12 a.m. UK time. Those are all included. There's Australia, was from Australia, which is on in the UK morning time, as well as obviously loads, because just so much happens based in the UK within spiritualism in the evening, and they're all on the list each day. So the cat, just a commoner garden cat, if you can actually say there is such a thing as a commoner garden cat. I've always had cats. I've got dogs at the moment as well, but I've got cats and my thing. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Keeps getting gold. I have to hide behind the boot because otherwise it picks up. Oh, there we are. You can see. Really not playing ball with this, is it? And the beautiful pictures. Anyway, cats are actually quite mysterious animals, and they're very much guided by subtle energies. Okay, they are very independent, even though they're very homebirdy kind of animals. They like the creature comforts, but at the same time, a dog will follow you around a house. Sometimes a cat will, but usually it won't bother. You've got to go and find it, kind of thing. It'll turn up when it's hungry. And what I'm feeling with this cat for you is, where are you needing to recognize that you need a level of independence? Okay, so this says to me that you're being pulled every which way by everybody else that's around you. Okay, and you're finding that quite a challenge at times, because where's you gone? Because there's all these other expectations on you, around you. Okay, and whereas the cat is this beautiful independent creature, and what the cat is saying to you is, find that independence within you, whether it's going to the gym and that being your time, whether it's joining a group of people, going to your local spiritualist church, whatever it is finding something that is just purely yours, and that it is your time, rather than being pulled into everybody else's time, whether it's caring for parents, whether it's caring for young kids or grandkids. You need your own time in that, and that's very much what the cat is saying. It's also saying about develop your magic as well, because you get pulled into the humdrum of life, where everything becomes just one thing after another, and just responding, rather than actually having time for yourself to find the magic within you, and going back to that time in your life where things seemed like magic. Okay, so that's very much what I'm being drawn to for that. Emma Jane, with that as well, I'm being made aware of sister. Would you understand either mum, sister, auntie, or your sister in spirit, please? Because I feel this it's a very sisterly type of energy that I get with her. Okay, I feel that she. You crush this and okay. Sorry, hopefully I'm back again. It didn't show me at all. Usually if I crashed, and it shows me a little whirly thing. So but saying that, I've suddenly lost a lot of people. So maybe that crashed for a few. Emma Jane, because I'm kind of channeling this, I've no idea what I was saying. I'm just letting the spirit talk. Okay. So I can't go back, because spirit's just talking, and I'm just letting them to rattle on, and they're using me to rattle on there. So okay. It's after the humdrum, it was bringing the magic back into your life. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so Emma Jane, bring that magic back into your life. Right, what a lovely day. You'd like to know who are part of your animal totem. Right, the strongest thing for you with that is not to get other people to tell you, but is to discover yourself, because that is so powerful. Okay, because you're recognizing the energy, you're learning the energies yourself at that point. Okay, so to do that, you can use something like my book and flicking through and just finding the ones that just really pull at you. That's your instinct, that's your higher self just pulling you into that animal. Okay, and that animal's energy being echoed against yours. There's a connection there, so you just have that sense of pull. So everybody who is Oh, hi. Oh, the whole internet did it. Okay. Hopefully we're back again. So anybody that wants to know about your animal totem, you can do that through flicking through, just thinking through a whole range of animals, which ones are you drawn to, because there are animals that will appear at different points of your life. There are certain cultures that believe that as you are born, you are assigned a totem animal that stays with you the rest of your life, okay? Whereas there's other cultures that believe that for periods of your life, a certain animal, because of the energies that they bring with them, will be relevant for you for that part of the journey, okay? And you can, even if that journey is just a day or just a period of time where you want to reflect, okay? But you can pull those energies in and recognize which of those energies are important to you, okay? The other way of doing it is if you want to go onto my website and find me at medium.com. At the top where it says home, on the drop down menu, there's a link there to the animal totem page. Every time you go onto that page, a different animal will come up. It's just part of the metrics. All 129 animals that are in my book are within that metric, okay? So just before you click on it, just ask the universe to give you an animal that you need at that time, okay? And that will pop up for you. And then you can look up what that animal is about and how that animal will help you in your situation, okay? And remember that part of what I've got in the book is a questions answered section in terms of which, with each animal, if you're asking a question, what that animal will guide you to that answer. So actually, let's do that for a little bit, okay? People ask a question and give me an animal, and I'll tell you what that animal's answer to your question is. How's that? Does that sound okay? And that means we can do, because there's quite a few people on, that means we can do quite a few readings all at the same time, kind of thing. So give me an animal, but also give me the question that you're asking, okay? Now, if you don't want to fully disclose, because it's a public forum, what that question is actually say, I have a question, but tell me what the answer is with this animal. Okay, and we'll see where we go with that. But if you are fine putting the question in, put the question in and tell me the animal. Or even if you don't know the animal, you're not drawn to any particular animal, I'll sort of flick through and do that. Okay, so here we see you're saying, is my dad around? And you've put your butterflies as the question. So butterflies, the question answered is let go and fly. Now I can understand exactly why it's giving you that, Kay-Weezy, because I know when you're on here an awful lot, aren't you, love? So it's basically saying let go, okay, and then you can move on, okay, and you can fly when you let go. At the moment you're hanging on to the past, all right, that's what that butterfly is saying to you, because of course your dad's around. You know your dad's around. You've had loads of readings from lots of different people. I see I'm doing the admin for a lot of them, and you've had lots of messages from your dad. So it's time, let go and fly, okay? Tony, dog, are your kids happy? Okay, let's find the dog. Right. Questions answered. Stand up for the people important to you. Okay. So stand up for the people important to you. So you're asking about your kids and it's saying stand up for them. Okay. So they need your support at the moment. All right, kids always need your support. However old they are, they need your support. Okay, so I'm not saying they're not happy, but look at the face of that dog. That is a happy dog. So I do feel your kids are happy, but they'll always need your support. Okay. Teresa Rose, you have a question, please tell me. Okay, I'm just going to let it fall there. Okay, you've got a goat, right? And the answer for that is life's tough, okay? But you are resilient and adaptable. So whatever your question was there, Teresa, it's recognizing life is really tough at the moment, but you can get through this. That's your answer. Okay. Ascending universal butterfly, you'd like to know as well. Okay, let's see what we've got for you there. A lion. Okay, so the lion, question answers: have courage, step forward and make decisions for yourself and others. Okay, have courage. That's what that's. Right, Monday. What is stopping you to have confidence in my ability to connect to animals? All right. With the horse. It's time to regain your freedom. Right. What that straight away is telling me is that you don't feel you've got the freedom to do that connection in the way that you need to. It's almost like you've been given a set of rules that you're having to follow to be able to connect to animals. And actually, that's not going to work for you. You've got to find your own way through, and that's what will give you the confidence. Okay? And you're not confident because you're using other people's techniques rather than the one that actually is at the heart of you. Okay? Suzanne Ritchie's a bear. Will things get better for you soon? Okay. Do people like these type of readings where they're just quick and short? I seem to have lost a lot of people again. Okay. Right, bear. You need a safe space to be in. Okay, so obviously that's recognizing, because you're saying that things are going to get better soon, they're not great at the moment, and what the bear is saying is find a safe space. That's where you will start to find things getting better once you're safe, because you obviously don't feel safe at the moment and things aren't great at the moment. So you need to find in yourself where you feel safe. Okay, now it might be that you need a physical safe space as well there to reinforce that sense of feeling space. And what I'm getting with that is being able to get you grounded as well. Okay, that you need to get grounded. I've got a lady coming in, Suzanne, as well for you. With this lady, I feel that she carried a bit of weight, but she's also giving me sensation on my head here, whether it's a stroke or a tumor, something to do with the head connected to her passing, please. I feel that, as I say, she carried quite a bit of weight on her, and she could have actually quite a bit of a bad temper at times as well, I want to say. She found being kind difficult at times. Sometimes with the right people at the right time, she was wonderful and friendly and kept her in the right mood, and she'd be a right laugh and all the rest of it. But she had gone through some really, really difficult periods of her life, okay? And this reflected in how she was with the people around her, okay? And she's saying that she recognizes, because of how she was, that's why you've got this sense of not being safe at times, because there was a few times you didn't feel safe in your childhood. Okay. She would apologize, but it's like that wouldn't have been her nature. She's just explaining that her life was bad and she didn't understand more about herself. She didn't do any of the shadow work that we do to improve our awareness of self and why we react in different ways, and therefore being able to adapt our behaviours accordingly. That didn't even enter into her mind. She was how she was, and that was it. But she's got so much admiration for you because you're doing the hard work, and she recognises how hard that work is when you've had some difficult times, and actually processing those times and getting to a better place. So there's a gentleman in spirit who just brings in so much love for you. Okay, so know that there's just so much love there for you, but find that safe space inside, and you find that safe space by doing the shadow work, acknowledging where the pain comes from, acknowledging where the reactions come from, coming to peace with that. Okay, and it's okay to get help with that. It's normal, and you should get some help with that, whether it's professional or support group or whatever. You will find that makes a massive difference for you. Geraldine, I'm moving on quickly because I'm recognising that we've only got 10 minutes or so, and I want to do as many as I can for people. Geraldine, will things get better? My life feels like I'm stuck in a rut. A monkey, straight away, when you're stuck in a rut, is an animal and a half to deal with, because you can never imagine a monkey getting stuck anywhere, because they're cheeky little monkeys, like he is. Okay. Part of your life feeling in a rut, yes, Suzanne, sorry, I should have said it was your dad. That was that love, yeah. Is that you kind of lost that playfulness, Geraldine, and monkeys are linked to problem solving and puzzles and things like that. The image I'm getting is a monkey in a puzzle tray. So to get out of that stuck in a rut, problem solve it. Okay, where's the fun? How are you going to get fun into your life? How are you going to enjoy your life? What is going to make that life of yours really fizz? Okay, so work with that. And work with your little monkey there. And the questions answered is find the funny side. Okay, find the funny side of life. Okay. Karen Gibbons, will my partner get a job, please? Oh, did you give me an animal? You didn't. What I'll do, Carol, thank you, Geraldine. Karen, what I'll do is I will let partner get a job. Frog. Okay. Frog. Kiss a frog and it comes into a prince. Clear out the old way to make new way for the new is the answer that comes with the frog. Okay. So will your partner get a job? Yes, but they've got to come at it from a very new perspective. Okay. If they're trying to do the same as what they've done before, then they're going to find it a challenge. The way for your partner to get a new job is to go at a totally different angle. Try something different, something new, okay? Because you've got to clear that old way of thinking out to make way for a new career, okay? So hopefully that will help. Anything grandkids from my daughter? Tony, I don't know what you mean by that. Can you retype that and I will come back to you, okay? Sorry, Right, just scrolling through for other messages here. Teresa Rose, are you still on? Because I don't know, I was suddenly lost where the signal's going for people again. Dragonfly. So Teresa, if you're here. Oh, I thought I had a dragonfly. I haven't got a dragonfly. What I have got is a firefly. Do you mind a firefly instead of a dragonfly? Because I haven't got a dragonfly. I was once bitten by a dragonfly. It was right then. It really hurt. I was in my teens. It really hurt. Okay. Oh, I can't get this flipping thing to focus properly on it. Okay. Oh. Okay. Firefly. Okay. Let your light shine, Teresa. Let your light shine. All right. So whatever it is that you're asking a question about, you will find the answer within what makes you shine. Okay. And kick that out into the universe and let that glow touch everybody, because it's beautiful, beautiful light. Okay. Suki. Oh, Tony, you'd like to know if your daughter will give you a grandkid. Ah, right, okay. Well, I'll do Suki's first. You'd like an animal totem, please. Okay, I'll just draw you one, Suki. I'm being drawn to the end. Oh, scorpion. Look at that. Okay. He's a healer, but through shadow work. Okay. So what your totem here is very much about shadow work, moving beyond fear of betrayal and finding strength in vulnerability. Okay, so you have been hurt badly in the past, and you felt the sting of that scorpion, but the scorpion is a healer too, that it actually, through working through that pain, you will have found healing for yourself in a way that you hadn't had before that pain, that will make you more complete. Go into that further. I feel you need the affirmation. Questions answered. Transform yourself through pain. Affirmation: what if I'm brave enough to heal what hurts and grow through it? Okay, so there's some real deep shadow work to do with that. So Tony would love to know if your daughter will give you a grandkid. Okay, let's see what this. Oh, right, crow. There's a crow. Okay, it's time for a change. So let go. Let go and trust your instinct. Okay. Right. It's a time of change, so let go and trust your instinct. You're asking about your daughter when actually this is about you. You need to be trusting your instinct about what is right for your life, not what your daughter's life is, but your life, okay? And yeah, grandkids are brilliant, but you can't guarantee what that relationship is going to be, how often you'll see them, etc., etc. What you can guarantee is what you've got control of in your life. Okay, so this is about trusting your instinct. It's talking about guiding through transitions, and life is going through a transition time, and it's almost like, because it's going through a transition, you're focusing on somebody else rather than you. Allow that focus to fall back on you and what you want to do in your life. You've got lots of time left, so you choose what you want to do in your life rather than it being based upon other people. Okay, so I'll leave that for you to work with there. Iris, snake, you met a blue one. Would that be a grass snake? Okay, snake, where have you gone? Right. Sorry. I always like to show the pictures, you see. All right. There's a snake. Beautiful. Okay. What part of me is ready to shed so I may grow? Okay. So there's something that you need to let go of to be able to get to the next point. Right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Just a reminder that you can get for £4.50 a animal totem reading from me via email. Okay, just go onto my website and go to the animal totem page for that, and there's all the links that you need for there. For £1 a month, you can get all of the schedule for a week, every week, of when our lives are going on. You also get notifications of when the lives come up. You get to be part of a messenger group that I then send out on Messenger the link, so you can get straight into the lives. And that's for £1 a month. Okay, for £3.49 a month, you get all of that. Plus, you get a daily list of spiritualist events, whether you're interested in open circles, whether you're interested in readings, whether you're interested in spiritualist church services that are online through Zoom, whether you want to be part of a development group, or just listen in on chats that are going on about different aspects of spiritualism, meditation groups, healing groups. They're on every day. Every day, all day. Okay, and I do that list every day for my subscribers. £3.49, cheaper than a Costa coffee. And that's through, if you go to my my profile page, Veronica Jenkins, that's through that. You know it's me rather than a scammer because I've got the blue tick. Okay. I've been using my Animal Totem books all night. If you want a copy of that, it's £14.99 on Amazon. It's so expensive because of the colour print in it. Okay. And there's hardback. You can get a Kindle version that's only £4.99, or you can, again, on my website, get a PDF version for £4. All right. So thank you for joining me. Oh, what is on tomorrow? It's Friday tomorrow. We have Kaleidoscope of the Soul with Lynn at 6 o'clock. If you want to join some Zoom healing, Peter's doing that at 6 o'clock as well. And we've got readings with Mandy at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. And if you want to join a Zoom evening with myself, it will be pure mediumship that I will be doing. And that's with the higher house. And again, if you want to go on to my profile page, Veronica Jenkins, the adverts on there and the Zoom details are on there. And I will see you then. So thank you ever so much, everybody, for coming, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.